and then I knee tap, run, and a bump as I slap that underhook in. So I'm here, he's got a strong one. From me having the head, I reach that far lat. Yeah, this is hard now. Now I can step back with this leg, step back and down. Perfect. Now from this position to get the finish, I don't crank on it. I just think about bringing my elbow to my ribs. I'm going to run you through some takedowns, guys. We're just going to go through some takedowns for BJJ. This one's going to be super useful, especially if you're unathletic like me and Ed. This one's really useful because it's not going to be athletic based. It's going to be grip fighting based. You get a strong tie up on your opponent and then you work to get your takedowns. First one we're going to do, we come out in our wrestling stance. We're going to have our lead hand down. Most of our backhand is going to be doing the work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reach and then I'm going to take a palm down grip. So I'm going to go here, grab it, palm down grip. Now I'm very defensively sound. The benefit of this palm down grip is notice which way Ed can pull his hand out. He can only pull it out in that direction. So Ed's going to pull his hand out in that direction. That allows me to get my nice strong underhook. From my underhook, I'm grabbing the top of his shoulder here. First one we're going to go for is we're just going to go for a knee tap. So notice I can pull and move Ed around with this strong control. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull him in towards me as I lift it up. So it's like in this motion, I pull as I lift, and then I'm going to knee tap and run him down. What will normally happen is I'll run him straight into side control. So here I'm in defensive posture, I grab, and then I grab this grip. I'm pulling, and then I knee tap, run, and I land into side control. Nice. I have my downward facing grip, pull, I'm pulling him around, run, and take him down. One thing that can be quite useful, if you've got a good player who's got a good, nice uchimata, is I grab this, as I'm pulling, I make sure I run with this leg. So then if I'm running like this, he can't go hip throw me like that. So I'm pulling, knee tap, and I run, and into side control. Once I've pulled him up, I just tap and I run, and run him down. We'll go on to another one now. This one's probably my favorite. This one's just a snap down off that same grip. So setup's exactly the same. I'm here, I'm taking this 2-on-1 grip, I grab this here. This time I'm pulling it in like I'm trying to set up the knee tap. Maybe I even tried the knee tap and he bases into me, he doesn't let me throw, but now he's leaning forward. I'm gonna circle this leg back as I pull his head into a front headlock grip. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna step this leg back the same side as the chin, put hands to the mat. Ed's gonna come to turtle for me. A lot of people are gonna go in front. What I'm going to do is I just need to block his elbow somehow. So I swim this here, block his elbow behind him. Now let's go into a little bit of a wrist ride kind of position. So for a wrist ride, if Ed's up even on his hands, like this, a lot of people are going to be trying to work to get back to their feet. If I try break Ed down by just bumping on his arm, notice how structurally sound that is. What I like to do is I like to claw round by his elbow, and then that lets me pull it out. And now it's out here, now I can start to wrist ride it and collapse him. My goal is to always get his arm down and then I can reach and stuff it underneath like this. And now if Ed, even without any lower body control, without even weight on him, Ed tries to get up, it's very difficult. Not impossible, but it's pretty difficult. Now if I start to lace a leg back here, if we come around, if I look at Ed's feet, I can hook his feet down here, and this is going to put some rotation through his knee by me pulling it in this direction. With my wrist ride, I'm just going to flatten him out. Ed, try get up. Even though Ed's bigger and stronger than me, I'm riding his lower body and I'm riding his upper body. He's sat on top of that hand. Grabbing wrist, I pull here, and now I've got my nice strong underhook in. I can pull in towards me and tap my first attack, my knee tap. Ed bases in towards me. I go to the head and I grab it. Now I've got this chin strap, I need to step back with the same side leg. As I circle, Ed comes to turtle. Now here, I need to block this elbow to spin behind. Nice. Notice how important it is here to claw over this position, and then I'm going to pull him towards it. Then I can grab my wrist ride. Now I'm going to make him sit on that wrist ride, and I can even control his legs as well as he does this. Ed, try get up for me. Yeah. It's very, very difficult. He's carrying a lot of weight.
That hook of that foot, eh?
Yeah. And that prevents them getting their hips away from me. We've all had that experience of someone sliding their knees like that to get their hips far away from my hips. Let's go into the cow catcher. So Ed puts a collar on me this time. So we're just going to set up to that same position, just in a different way. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to bump as I slap that underhook in. So I'm here, he's got a strong one, and now I've bumped that, collar tie out of the way, taken a shallow underhook. From this position, goes to my knee tap. This is like a whole system, he steps back, I step back and grab the head. Now for the cow catcher, this is where it comes different. From this position, I always like to get as posture as broken as I can, but I can go from here. My goal from here is to take this shallow underhook and reach and grab his far lat back here and keep a nice tight grip on the head. Now I'm going to step back with this leg as I drop to the ground. And now I land in side control. I'm going to pinch that elbow to my rib and get the tap. Bumping with this hand as I take that shallow underhook.
Would you bump hand for your shoulder? Or?
Yeah, I'm kind of just bumping as I shoot this one. I'll make sure that my shoulder goes underneath.
Yeah.
Now it's underneath.
Yeah.
What I can do is I tap the knee tap, because that's a great initial first attack.
Yeah,
that's going to make him base. And now I've got that head. From me having the head, I reach that far lat. Yeah, this is hard now. Now I can step back with this leg, step back and down. Perfect. Now from this position to get the finish, I don't crank on it. I just think about bringing my elbow to my ribs, and I get the finish. Even if I don't get the submission, it's a great pin, and I can
control there.
Yeah. So to get the finish on here, I just think of pinching that to my side and holding it for a couple of seconds. That pinching to the side is what gets the finish. Here, doesn't matter. Boom, boom. And I lock around here on the waist, step around, little hip pop, and I lift him. Then I try to get weight on the thing and get him to carry me.